Hello students, welcome to online classes of Shri Mahavir International School. In last video students, we discussed about the conduction, convection and the radiation method, which was the methods of heat transferring. Very interesting method, radiation. About we were talking that radiation method does not require the medium. So first one, electric room heaters have mirror. Electric room heaters, uh, actually dear friends, these are the applications which we use in our daily life, in which heat transfer with the help of radiation method. Electric room heaters have mirrors or shiny surface behind the heating coils, which helps to direct all the heat from the heating coils to all the front of the heater. The base of cooking utensils are painted black so that they absorb more heat energy and cook food in less time. And dark colored clothes are more suitable for winters because they absorb more heat of the sun. So these 3 points are there, students. In first, what happened? Electric room heaters have mirror, shiny surface behind the heating coil, which helps to direct all the heat. And cooking utensils, you have seen the dark colored paint backside, which helps to transfer heat in less time. Now students, after discussion, we will difference between the conduction, convection and the radiation method. The first method that is conduction, convection and the radiation. So the transfer of heat from hotter region to the colder region such that there is no actual movement of the particles of the medium. This is about the conduction, students. And in convection, what happens? The transfer of heat by the movement of particles from hotter region to colder region. And third one, radiation, the transfer of heat directly from hotter region to colder region without any intervening medium. Second, students, material medium is necessary because it required the solids. And convection, material medium is necessary, and in radiation there is no material medium is required. In third, students, it is not possible in vacuum. Vacuum means there is no any kind of medium, so it is not possible in vacuum, and it is not possible in vacuum, and the radiation method is possible in vacuum medium, in vacuum. This process is slow, which take place in solid conduction, and this process is faster than conduction, and the process is fastest, that radiation process is fastest. Now students, have you seen a thermos flask which used to keep any liquid substances? Whenever we require the hot tea for the long time, then we use thermos flask. Whenever we require the cold water for long time, then we use the thermos flask. Then what is the actual process and what is the procedure which take place in thermos flask so that the temperature remains same for the long time in thermos flask? So in this picture, as we see, students, this is the thermos flask, and it is a cape, okay, that is screw top and slavered on inside, and it contained whatever, and this is the vacuum and outer containers. Actually, students, let me tell you that it stop heat transferring. What? Thermos flask stop heat transfer. So in this thermos flask, that conduction, convection and the radiation, that the process by which heat can transfer, that will not take place. How that will not take place? Let's see. A material flask does not allow loss or gain of heat by the material stored in it. All three modes of heat transfer, conduction, convection, and radiation, are minimized inside it. The outer casing, the outer casing of the thermos flask is made up of an insulating materials like plastic that minimizes the heat loss due to conduction. Heat loss due to the outer casing thermos flask is made up of insulating material. Students, can you see the outer, that is insulating? Okay, that may be plastic or the wood, and that will stop and minimize the heat loss by the conduction method. Second, heat loss due to convection is minimized in the inner jar made up of the double glass or stainless steel due to the vacuum present between them. And if there is vacuum, it means that heat will not transfer, because convection method is also required the medium. And the third one, the inner surface of the jar is highly reflective, and this minimizes the heat loss due to radiation. The heat radiations are reflected back into the jar. It means, student, the reflective, okay, the reflective part will reflect the heat back into the jar. That's why that thermos flask will not lose and gain the temperature. So this is the simple procedure which take place into the thermos flask, student. So students, this chapter all about what the heat, and we had to discuss and we had to study this chapter, because in further classes you will learn many things regarding the heat, temperature. Okay, it was the basic knowledge for you, and whatever I have taught you, see, yes, whatever I have taught you, you can see, yes, these are the, now I know. This is the summary of the chapter, but before that, we will practice some questions. Here, some questions like the match the following. Students, after reading this chapter and studying this chapter, we are able to answer like the radiation. Radiation means no medium is required. Dark color clothes, what, in winter. And the land bridge, what, land bridge means at the night time, and the sea bridge daytime. So it was the answer. So students, after completion this chapter, there are some terms. In these terms we see that heat, what is the heat? A form of energy that causes the sensation of hotness and coldness. Temperature means the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Third one, conduction, a mode of transfer of heat in solids. Okay, conduction means a mode of transfer of heat in solid within a body, or when two bodies are in contact with each other. Fourth one, conductors. What are the conductors that conduct the heat, can transfer the heat? Substances that allow heat to pass through them easily. Insulator means substances that do not allow heat to pass through them. Convection, a mode of transfer of heat by the mass movement of molecules in liquid and gases. And the radiation, a mode of transfer of heat that does not require a medium. So these are the terms, students, which we have discussed in this chapter. Further, Now I know. After completion this chapter, students, this is the summary which you must read, because it will recall some things, some topics in your mind. Heat is a form of energy that flows from a body at a higher temperature to another at the lower temperature. Substances that conduct heat are called the conductors, and those that do not conduct heat are called insulator. Temperature is measured using a thermometer. Mercury and alcohol are liquid used in different kind of thermometers. The three modes of transfer of heat are conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction is the mode of transfer of heat in solids. Heat transfer in liquids and gases take place through convection. Heat transfer through radiation does not require any medium. A thermos flask is a good example of explain how heat loss by conduction, convection, and radiation is minimized. So students, this was the chapter, and in this chapter we studied many things. Okay, after there are some question answers, the MCQs, fill in the blanks, match the columns, which you have to complete. Okay,